And the British Prime Minister is blaming criminal aspirations for the nights of riots in the UK. But locals from the violence-struck communities say the government's budget policy is forcing youths towards crime. And as tougher austerity measures and spending cuts take bite, further waves of juvenile delinquency could be approaching, as Laura Emmett reports from London.
Whatever resources the police need, they will get. Whatever tactics the police feel they need to employ, they will have legal backing to do so. We will do whatever is necessary to restore law and order onto our streets.
Prime Minister David Cameron talked tough on Wednesday, branding pockets of society sick and pledging to reform them. But seemingly unlike Cameron, people who live in the country's poorest communities saw this unrest coming, exacerbated by government policy.
I think certain things that we had, like swimming used to be free and stuff like that. I think it gave a place for children to go, and cuts and stuff like that don't give opportunities for children who are less fortunate to go and enjoy stuff in holidays, so they result to causing like havoc and stuff like that.
You know, you can't blame the youth for being fed up and feeling disenfranchised and feeling there's nothing for them, because there doesn't seem to be anything for them these days. There's no jobs for them, there's nothing for them to do, nowhere for them to go apart from hang around on street corners.
The current sickness isn't easily cured. It's linked to years of liberal policies resulting in an underclass of young people who don't equate rights with responsibilities. Antisocial behaviour results in a court order, seen by many as a badge of honour. Schooling in deprived areas is disrupted by bad behaviour. Teachers no longer have recourse to punishment and can't count on support from parents.
Shoot out the youth. They need calming down. They need, I don't know what they need, but they need something to control, because it's not on. Where's the parents? Where are the parents all this?
I think you've got a lot of youths got nothing to do, and the schemes that are set in place to help them have something to do are getting axed by the council, you know, with the shortage of funds.
One of those schemes being cut is this bus, which goes round the housing estates in Hackney, providing much needed resources and encouragement to young people. There used to be another bus too, but now there's no money to pay staff. So because of government cutbacks, the team can only reach half the youngsters they used to.
They're deemed to be failing school because they haven't met the criteria or jumped through the hoops of 7 GCSEs. They then go on to feel that they've not achieved anything in life and their aspirations change, and as a result of that, often they delve into criminality or maybe drugs or just becoming a burden on society.
Youth unemployment in Hackney, East London, runs at over 30%. Parts of the borough are fairly affluent, so it's reasonable to assume that figure rises substantially when it comes to these council estates. It's become a culture where in some cases it's more profitable to stay at home and claim benefits than it is to go out and work for a living.
There's jobs there if they wanted to do them. Most jobs now are filled in pubs, in shops, in everywhere you go. They're filled by Eastern Europeans who are highly educated, who actually speak the language, and they're getting the jobs, and our own people are not getting them very often because they're not interested in education. They don't really want to work.
The problem of marginalised youth is not a quick fix, and as such it's also not an election winner. So once this immediate situation's under control, it'll be interesting to see what the government does to fix the sickness in this society. If the answer's nothing, it shouldn't be surprised to see violence flare again in youth from all walks of life. Laura Emmett, RT, Hackney, London.